Hi, my name is Shari Reiniger. I live in Canada and work with the Wbsc as an International Baseball Technical Commissioner and Technical Director. I also represented Wbsc as a coach at the World Children's Baseball Fair. I'm honored to share my journey with you today, as well as a couple of obstacles that I've encountered along the way and a couple of keys to my success. I hope you see a place for yourself in this great game and can take away a few strategies and confidence to step to the plate and take your game to the next level. My journey in international baseball started in 2004 as the very first woman assigned as a technical baseball official at the inaugural Women's Baseball World Cup. 4 years later, we had 4 women on our World Cup technical team and now have women working men's events as well. I've been fortunate to work a dozen international events, including the Women's U15 and U18 World Cups, the Pan American Games, the 2019 Premier 12 Olympic Qualifier, and the World Children's Baseball Fair, founded by baseball great Sadaharu O and the late Hank Aaron. I ran the technical team at the 2018 Women's Baseball World Cup and was assigned to work at the America's Olympic Qualifier last year when the pandemic caused all of our events to be paused. I have run fields and stadiums in Canada, USA, Mexico, Venezuela, Korea, and Japan. My childhood dream came true last year when I became the first woman assigned as an international baseball technical official at the Olympic Games. When I started this journey, I never even knew that could be a dream. I'm still hopeful we'll be heading to Tokyo this summer. You might be wondering, what does the WBSC technical team even do? I wondered the same thing when I was assigned to that first role in 2004. To keep it simple, we run the baseball operations at our events. We ensure the field is prepped and ready for game time. We run the field for pregame, oversee the national teams and the stadium operations to ensure our protocols are followed, and we rule on any protests. We work with an amazing WBSC team that includes tournament managers and coordinators, media broadcast professionals, as well as our WBSC umpires and scorers. And we get the honor to work with local organizing committees around the world to help them stage and showcase a successful event that is now broadcast globally. Now, how does a small-town girl from Northern California end up in Canada running a baseball field at a World Cup and then earn her way to run an Olympic stadium halfway around the world? Well, it all started when I met a Canadian baseball player while playing college softball in California. We fell in love, said I do at home plate on the field that my late father-in-law built. And I almost immediately started taking on different roles within the game of baseball, starting with the fundraising coordinator for my husband's men's baseball team. And then, for my final 2 years of college, I led the grounds crew team at the baseball facility where my husband and I had been married. I sat on the local baseball board, joined their annual tournament committee, and chaired their coaches selection committee. I coached the U15 travel softball team at the same time as also coaching the U13 Provincial Girls Baseball Program. I managed our son's travel baseball team and ran provincial championships. I then took on an executive role at the local board level where we created a comprehensive baseball and coaching development program, and I joined the Provincial Baseball Board. I then chaired the Provincial Baseball Playoff Committee where I led the redesign of the provincial system of play to a tiered league format that is still in place 15 years later. I developed off-season training programs for our local athletes and ran player and coaching clinics with a good friend and Canadian Olympic baseball coach. And I was fortunate to get exposed to multiple international baseball championships hosted right here in Edmonton, run by a good family friend. And that baseball man, along with Baseball Canada and the IBAF, which is what we used to be known as, saw the opportunity to have a woman who was already highly involved in the game on that first Women's World Cup technical team. Simply the right place at the right time with years of the right experience. I'm very grateful for that first opportunity, and I've worked extremely hard to make the most of every international assignment since. Getting to this level of the game obviously took a lot of effort, experience, and expertise, and there are always a few challenges along the way. One of the obvious challenges was being the first and only woman on the field. For me, it truly was never an issue, thanks to the incredible people I work with. Growing up, I was always the youngest in my class and on my teams, so I learned from a young age to just go for it. Get out there, hustle, learn as much as you can, as fast as you can, and go the extra mile to make the team. I never even think about being the only woman on a field. I'm just another member of the team working hard to create a successful championship. And I can't say all of the interactions have been comfortable. Like when a coach at the U15 World Cup said, "Hey baby," I simply extended my hand for a handshake and said, "Hi, I'm Shari Reiniger. I'll be your technical commissioner for this game. Nice to meet you." Thankfully, those have been extremely rare situations. Plus, I am confident enough in myself to not take offense, and I just quickly reset the tone. Then I go to work and prove they actually want me on that field. At the 2019 U18 World Cup, I'm pretty sure most of the local Korean grounds crew had never seen a woman take charge of a wet field, dig in and help repair the surface, and teach them some new skills. The teams are now accustomed to seeing me jump in and always appreciate the hard work. Before one game in Korea, I went out to repair the wet bullpens, and the Team Canada delegate came up the line and gave me a hand with theirs. And then I walked across to Australia's, and the pitching coach for Australia is ex-major leaguer Graham Lloyd, and he just said, "Shari, I'll come with you and give you a hand as well." So we're literally just one big team working together for the good of the game at those levels. Being capable, confident, and credible goes a long way in this game, and I've always been afforded the level of respect I've earned. The game of baseball is a small world, and I'm proud to say I'm a valued member of the global baseball family. Sometimes I still feel like a rookie on the field at new events, like the 2019 Premier 12 opening round in Guadalajara. While I'm often the only woman on the field at these higher level events, I am always ready to hit the ground running, to team and take the lead, and to learn new skills. It's extremely rewarding to see that managers, coaches, and players at those levels treat the game and the people in it with the utmost class and respect. I've been fortunate to work alongside people who I've watched play, coach, and manage on television, and they've always been a pleasure to work with. Another challenge I faced along my path is balancing opportunities in sport with life, work, and family. In addition to taking on that long list of roles in sport, I also traveled as a corporate consultant, trained for marathons, and returned to playing competitive softball. One year, my husband's son and I had 6 teams running out of our house. It was pure chaos. I love saying yes to new opportunities and to taking on new challenges. And then I got a call with a dream assignment to join the Canadian National Women's National Team as a guest coach on their tour to Australia. And for the first time, I said no. The tour was during the off season. It actually worked with my work schedule, and my husband was extremely supportive. But he then said, "Just be ready for what comes next, because you will love being part of the team, you will probably be good at what you do, and you will never see your son play high school baseball." Wow, that was certainly a wake-up call, and I realized that it just wasn't the right path at the right time, so I respectfully declined the assignment. But closing that door actually allowed others to open, and soon I was asked to work that Women's World Cup and to sit on the Baseball Canada's inaugural Long-Term Athlete Development Committee alongside national level coaches and staff, as well as former national team and MLB players. And yes, I was once again the only woman at the table, but once again, I was treated as an equal. I also continued to manage our son's baseball team, who won the Canadian U15 National Championship, and I rarely missed watching him play. Now our son has grown and well into his own career. We helped him on his pathway to play U.S. college baseball and to obtain an engineering degree. He now designs and launches rockets for a living. How cool is that? So if I could go back, I would make the same exact decision again. Every step on the ladder has led me to exactly where I am today, and for that, I am extremely grateful. Today, I am careful to only work with people and organizations who share the same passions that I do, who treat people right, and who uphold the standards and ethics I can be proud of. I'm extremely fortunate to work with our WBSC team and still strike a good balance between work, life, and sport. I believe that most challenges are opportunities to help us either find new ways forward or to change direction. I also believe crisis reveals character, and some people will rise to the challenge while others will crumble. I hope you will cherish the challenges that grow you and rise to the challenge when the game calls on you. To cap off today's session, I'd like to share a few keys to my success. When I think about my pathway to the Olympics, I see 3 areas of passion that have fueled my journey. First and foremost, my passion for the game of baseball is as strong now as it was when I was a young kid playing catch with my dad or watching local baseball games. That love for the game turned into me playing catch with my son and working on quick hands with him through high school, and then teaching kids around the globe how to throw, as well as working on their catching skills at the World Children's Baseball Fair. I went from listening to Vin Scully call Dodgers games on the radio to heading to Chavez Ravine to catch a Dodgers game with my family and the World Baseball Classic final weekend for my husband's 40th birthday. I watched Dale Murphy rule the outfield on TV as a kid and became a lifelong Atlanta Braves fan. I took my son to our first MLB game to see Greg Maddux throw a masterful performance to beat the Giants at Old Candlestick Park. And I've been to multiple games at Turner Field, Truist Park, as well as the Braves' old spring training facility at Disney World. We just missed the chance to watch a game at their new park last year by one day when COVID shut down the world. And I was like a kid in a candy store when we made a trip to Cooperstown to see Chipper Jones inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. We spent 8 hours touring the hall. I found this awesome pair of baseball earrings that I wear to all of the WBSC events now. And I got to meet my idol, Dale Murphy. And we even named our puppy Murphy. I never got to play the game of baseball. I played softball and field hockey through college. But baseball was and always will be my first love in sports. The game is in our blood as a family, as you can see, and I'm blessed my family loves the game as much as I do, and they cheer me on as I walk out the door for another global baseball adventure. I love talking the game with people from all over the world, from all experience levels and all facets of the game. I learn something new every time I work in this game and love working with others who share the same passion for the game. I also love working with people who share my passion for performance. My dad always taught me to give 110%. He instilled the DH into my DNA. Drive, determination, and discipline paired with heart, hustle, and hard work. I always loved working hard to excel at anything I chose to do. I've been blessed to have a lifetime of amazing opportunities that have allowed me to perform at the highest levels. From earning all-conference honors in 2 sports in high school to all-conference shortstop in college, I performed on an all-American dance team on national TV in high school and then ran summer dance camps all across the U.S. and college. I returned to play field hockey after I moved to Canada and then at the university level, and then we won a bronze medal at Canadian Nationals. And then I overcame an absolute disdain for long-distance running and finished 2 marathons. I went from speaking at my high school graduation to becoming a keynote speaker at conferences in my early career. And I went from coaching a community U13 baseball team with my husband to potentially running the field this summer at the Olympic Games. No matter the field or the stage, I always dive in head first, get right to work, and give it my all to add value. Each of these experiences built my passion for performing at the highest levels and for creating high-performing teams who achieve much more together. And that brings me to my final passion that has led me to working at the highest international levels, and that is a passion for people. People are the absolute heart of our life, our work, and especially our sport. Being part of a high-performing team is one of the greatest honors I've been given in my life. This game has a way of creating lifelong friendships, and I always say that while the baseball is amazing, the people are always the best part. Teaming with and leading a diverse group of people is vital to the work we do at WBSC. Speaking even a few words of different languages opens communication, and a smile is universal. Earning the respect and trust of national team staff members, WBSC leaders, and the local organizing committee is the greatest honor in my role as a technical official. I'm always willing to work alongside people. At the 2014 U15 World Cup, we ran nightly committee meetings with their local organizing committee to implement simple solutions to help them run a more successful event. And we worked with their general manager, Paul Bernal, to recruit additional grounds crew and then hosted a groundskeeping clinic so their new people could be trained to our standards. Paul now works on our WBSC tournament team and was my colleague once again as our stadium manager at the Premier 12 in Guadalajara. Working with others is always a pleasure and never a chore. We work hard and then we high-five. I love finding ways to show appreciation, and I usually bring something sweet and Canadian to share. My favorite token of thanks, though, is handing out creamy Hokkaido cheese tarts to our hardworking team and grounds crew at the 2019 U18 World Cup in Korea. We were sideswiped by 2 typhoons that week, and everyone worked long days to make sure we got all the games in. I truly believe if you take care of your people, they will take care of you. So to close my time with you today, I encourage you to find your place in this great game. Continue to grow your love for the game as you grow skills to raise your game. Build the trust of those you work with and build friendships for life. To me, that is worth more than any gold medal or MVP award. So step to the plate, get ready for that next pitch. You just never know when you will launch one into the seats. Thanks for joining me today. I hope to see you on a baseball field somewhere around the globe.